Hello, it is Rachel from 7 and On, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about our family's summer homeschool plans. Homeschool families tend to handle summer in very different ways depending on their individual circumstances and needs. So as I share my own family's homeschool plans, don't be taking this as this is how one ought to handle summer. No, these are the things that fit my family situation right now, and for different families this looks very different. So I'd love to hear your own family's summer homeschool plans for this year. You can share those down in the comments below. Now, the first relevant things that you need to know about our family to understand why these are our summer homeschool plans is that one, we are Americans living overseas in Southeast Asia. Specifically, we are living in a place where it is tropical summer weather all year round. The weather does not change a lot from one season to the next. The other relevant thing is that my husband works in a traditional school that follows a traditional school year. Because of this, I generally say that our family does follow a fairly traditional school year. We tend to be doing school when my husband is at school, and we have our days off when he has his days off, with the exception of summers, because if he's off for summer break and we are going to be home and not traveling for that length of time, then I will tend to say, hey, let's just do school. Now, with each summer, we have to make a big decision. As Americans living overseas, usually the biggest question is, are we going to go back to the US for this summer or not? Because the only time we can travel with my husband is during his summer break. So our families want to know that, our friends want to know that. And it is very important to us to raise our kids knowing that they have extended family, knowing that they have an extended community in America. So it is something we do want to do regularly. However, travel to America is very expensive, as probably everybody knows. So it's not something we can do that often. We kind of have to save for it, plan for it, but also wait for it and take the time between those trips. So this year we are not planning to go back to the US. We are taking a different plan for this summer break. My husband's work gives him the opportunity to teach like a summer camp or a short summer class for part of the summer to make some extra money. That is something that many schools do offer teachers as a way to make some extra funds during the summer, is to, hey, do a little bit more teaching. So he is going to be spending 2 weeks of his summer break teaching a sports camp. He's a PE teacher, so this is a really good fit and opportunity for him to do a little bit of extra work in the summer. And because the age of the students that he's going to be teaching is the same as my oldest son, this year we're actually planning that my oldest son will join and attend the sports camp that his own dad is teaching. So he'll have a fun, a lot of mornings of running around, playing soccer, playing basketball, all the fun things for a kid. So that will be 2 weeks of our summer. So with my oldest joining his dad for sports camp for 2 weeks this summer, I'm looking at those 2 weeks as a really nice opportunity. Of course, I love my oldest. I love all of the schoolwork that we get to do together. But I am looking at those 2 weeks as a nice opportunity that, hey, he's getting to do something fun and unusual with his dad, and I will get to have a little bit more quiet days with my two younger ones, and when I can kind of go back into preschool mode again, just focusing on some little kid stuff, little kid read alouds, little kid fun crafts, and just playful times, back to focusing on just the letters, numbers with my second son. I don't know if you've noticed, but oldest children do tend to shape our homeschools a little bit. So it will be kind of fun to just have a couple weeks of just focusing on little kid stuff for a while. So that is my plan for the first 2 weeks of summer break, to just, focus on pre-K. Not that we don't normally do schoolwork. He has his own pre-K routine, but I do think that sometimes the fun pre-K stuff maybe gets cut a little bit, or he just gets shifted up into doing his brother's science experiments and crafts and so on. So I do think it'll be fun. It'll be a little change of pace, change of routine, and some good quality time for me and my little guys for a little while. Next, this may or may not be something you already know about me, but I actually love travel. And you don't know this about me if you meet me while I'm pregnant, because I don't. barely leave my house while I'm pregnant. So that was last summer. Pretty much stayed in my house the whole summer break. But this year I am planning to do a little bit of travel. A lower cost trip than actually going to the US would be, a significantly less costly trip than going to the US, but still a trip that actually involves getting on an airplane. And that will be our first trip as a family of 5, our first airplane or international trip as a family of 5. So we are planning to take a little getaway this summer, do a little bit of travel, visit a country that the boys have not gone to before. Now we are flying on a budget airline because it's a more local trip, but it's still gonna be like 6 hours or so on an airplane that does not have in-flight entertainment because it's a budget airline. And we're also needing to pack very, very light because it's a budget airline and we did not get carry-on suitcases, or we get carry-ons, we did not get checked-in luggage. Also because we don't want to have to like carry or transport checked-in luggage around while we're traveling. So I am still trying to wrap my mind around what a trip like that will look like and what the travel will look like. My boys have been on airplanes before, but they've always been like trans-Pacific flights where you do have that in-flight entertainment, you got the movies in the back of the seats. So this will be new for them because they have not gone on, you know, budget airlines for cheap flights around Asia. And I'm pretty good at packing light, but I've never packed light yet as a mom of 3. So figuring out what that's gonna look like will be different. I'm very excited about our adventure. We will be sharing vlogs on it on our 7 in All Adventures channel this summer, however it goes. So those are the 2 big things for our summer that we're planning on that are out of the ordinary. My husband teaching sports camp and also going on an international trip, local but international trip with our boys. And then besides that, I'm probably gonna continue with school during the summer. I am expecting we're not gonna actually get through all that much because between those 2 things, there's not actually that many weeks of summer left. Somebody really wants to be heard in this YouTube video. So yeah, that is our plans for the summer. Definitely share yours with me down in the comments below. I am excited. I feel like it is a very good plan for some difference, some change of pace. I do plan to continue with homeschool on days that we are at home, but I'm definitely not thinking in terms of, oh, we're gonna get through so many lessons during summer. I highly doubt it, but I do wanna do, you know, enough when we're at home so that especially my younger son who's in pre-K doesn't lose what he has gained as far as alphabet skills, number skills. And I'm definitely looking forward to having more time as a family and more time with my husband at home for all of us to make memories together. All right, I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.